The biggest crowd that I ever performed for was in Germany, 9,000 people. At the end of the show, the host brought me up on stage for my curtain call. In full view of the entire audience, I bounded up the stairs, tripped on the top step and fell flat on my face hard. And I had to stand there, taking a bow, with a ripped suit bleeding from the groin. That's showbiz. Anyway. I don't often get nervous when I'm performing. I feel that I've been doing it long enough, I've had my fair share of successes and failures, that I kind of basically know what I'm doing by now. But sometimes when I'm doing a special show or something important, when I want to make sure that I do my best, I use a trick that I read that Stephen Colbert uses. Just before he goes out on stage, he imagines that he sees, just out of the corner of his eye, an old friend. And the pleasant surprise that he feels, he carries out on stage with him. Sometimes I do that, and with me, it's always the same friend. It's Jay Leggett. Jay was a comedian, actor, writer, director, and improv coach, and he was a huge bloody sweetheart. I first met him in the 90s when I was auditioning for a show that he was directing. He was a successful Hollywood dude and I was a busker, but he saw something in me and it meant the world to me. And we stayed good friends until he died in 2013. So sometimes when I'm doing an important show and I want to really make sure that I take the roof off the place, I imagine that Jay is there with me in the wings. I'll catch sight of him and smile at him, surprised that he didn't tell me he was coming. And that will somehow give me the focus I need to go out there and show him what I can do one more time. He taught me about the basic building block of improvising, yes and, accept and build, which is a good rule for improv and an even better rule for life. It's fascinating to me that if I want to dig a little deeper, find a little extra percentage of show energy, be a little more present while I'm performing, that I can do that by conjuring up a ghost of someone that I loved, so I can imagine there's somebody out there that I really want to impress. I know that he's not really there in the wings, but I can let myself imagine how I'd feel if he was. I imagine going for dinner with him after the show. He'd know somewhere that stayed open late. He'd tell me what he'd been up to, maybe give me an idea or two for my act, and he'd clap me on the shoulder way too hard while telling me about something I did that made him laugh. Sometimes in life, the people that should encourage you and should be proud of you aren't and don't. It's not always their fault. Some people just don't know how or don't realise that they're supposed to. But hopefully along the way you'll find people that do and will. And hopefully you'll hold them close and give them back what they're giving you, so everyone ends up a bit more nourished. And sometimes, I guess, those feelings stay floating in the air long after that person's left. And that's not a bad legacy for anyone, is it? That's all for this week. Now, I would be fired from the internet if I didn't ask you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're not doing so already, please do follow me on Twitter and Instagram and show this video to anybody that you think might enjoy it. As you've heard, I am a live variety performer, and at the time of recording this, all my work for the foreseeable future has been cancelled because of the pandemic. So if you did enjoy this, then please do consider clicking the link below this video and donating me the price of a cup of coffee so I can keep the lights on and keep making things. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week.